So last week was just crazy. I mean, we were buying heavily as the market tanked all week long, but then it quickly rocketed up fast on Friday. But don't worry, there are still some still deal prices on these stocks that I bought, so I will give you those stocks, and a few of them may be surprising to you, but first, before we even get to that, it's confessional time here. The gig is up. You guys caught me. I am simply a hedgy mule being paid big money to mislead, misdirect, lie, and keep you from buying great stocks. And I'm also just clickbaiting you guys to get views for ad money, and then boring you to death with fundamentals to scare you out of your shares of great stocks and into my group because I have some devious plot to screw everyone for my own gain and make millions because I'm an evil genius. Really? Those are some of the actual comments I got in my last video about how I'm just tricking you for ad revenue and memberships to my group, and also the hedge funds pay me to keep you away from great stocks, and apparently I will try and accomplish all of that by making boring videos repeating critical fundamentals of investing during a time where emotions are high and there is more information than ever on YouTube. That doesn't even make sense, so here, let's actually get to the truth of all this. I have loved the feedback you guys have given me on getting better at presenting the fundamentals so it feels fresh even though the fundamentals haven't changed in like 100 years. I agree completely, I need to do better, and thank you for that feedback. To me, fundamentals are what is needed during times like these, not week to week or even day-to-day strategies telling you to buy now, then pull back, then sell, then pull cash today, and then buy again tomorrow at this number, and then wait for this indicator, and then this is the date things may turn, but watch for this first, or whatever else is out there. That to me isn't helpful at all. And I do agree fundamentals can be boring, but they prove to be correct over the long run, and I will try and do better in the coming weeks to present it better and show different angles and good stuff like that and just kind of switch it up for you guys. I also have never received any offer to talk trash or bash on any stock. The only offers I have received were to pump random penny stocks during the penny stock craze last year. That's it, that's the only offers I got, and I actually lost subscribers during the craze because I spoke out against those penny stocks and said don't buy any of them. I deleted every offer made even though they were for way more money than what YouTube pays me, which if I'm going to screw you guys for money, getting offered huge sums of money for a single hype video was the easiest way to go and would have made me way more money. I mean, this money was just that stupid big. And speaking of YouTube revenue, here's exactly what YouTube pays me in 1 month. And half of that money goes to charity, so a whopping $1,200. And since I'm in the upper tax bracket, about 40% of that goes to taxes. So about $720 for roughly 160 hours worth of work, or $4.50 an hour. So clearly clickbaiting you to make ad revenue doesn't work and is not what I'm doing at all. Bottom line with all this is I need to get better and will work towards that because of your great feedback. But I will not create manic up and down videos and come up with crazy tips and strategies to try and keep or gain subscribers. And additionally, boring you to death to sell my group is just silly talk in the first place, as that is basically the worst strategy ever. That doesn't make any sense. My retention rate is over 95% in the group, and people wouldn't stay if they didn't get value from it, but I do agree with you guys completely. I have to do a better job of making it less intrusive and flow better in the context of my videos. And yes, I'm also ending the perpetual sale that a lot of you guys hate and some of you guys find funny and everywhere kind of in between, but I'm ending that sale for my private group on June 1st. So on that date, it will go up and it will not be discounted again. Your great feedback helped me make the jump and move on to the next phase, so it will end for real on June 1st. Okay, I apologize for all this, but it needed to be addressed and the truth needed to be out there. So let's jump over to the top 5 stocks I bought this week, since before the huge rally on Friday, it was just bloody red across the board, and you guys know I love those type of markets, I love discounts. So first up, we have Tesla. I don't think I need to make the case for adding more Tesla stock. Either you're a bull and think they are the future, or you want to value them like a traditional automaker, and so fair valuation is around $80 or so. Now, I'm not a mega bull and not even in the ballpark of the Tesla bull, but I do think anytime Tesla gets under $750, it is undervalued in my opinion, so it hit well below that mark and I was happy to add shares. And yes, if Wall Street gets dumber, I will continue to add. So stock number 2 I was buying would be PayPal. Let me get this straight in regards to PayPal. They are profitable and are projecting great growth well into the future. And yes, they lost the eBay deal, which is a big loss, but they gained a partnership with Amazon that will continue to ramp up in the back of this year and into future years. I mean, seriously, if I had to choose a partner platform for my business, would you pick eBay or Amazon? That is an easy trade-off to me and an easy pick to make. And you want to shave 75% off the price for me too? Count me in as a buyer of this stock at these prices. To me, anything under $200 is a deal, but under $100 is basically stealing money over the long term, in my opinion, of course. So this one I had to add multiple times last week, and I'm going to continue to add this stock. My position is actually built out completely, but at these prices, I will just continue to add. So on to the third stock that I bought, and that would be Palantir. Another divisive stock like Tesla. I mean, how do I know that, you may ask? Well, every time I do a Palantir video, both the bulls and the bears battle it out in the comments section. Seriously, it's either like a $2 trash stock that just dilutes everyone and it just sucks and it's the worst stock ever, or it's the next stock that will join the $1 trillion club and it's the next great thing. And like Tesla, I'm not crazy super over the top bullish with this stock, but I absolutely believe this will be a beast of a company in the future. And by the time Wall Street figures it all out, us, the little guys, will have actually been able to buy at prices that will make us all a lot of money. However, like I have said from the start with this company, it is going to take years for that to be realized. I mean, it's not a $50 stock by the end of this year or next year even. It's much further out than that. So patience is required, and this stock firmly goes into the category of basically lock it up and don't look at it for a few years. But if you want to give me Palantir in the $6 range like we got last week, I will happily be a buyer of this stock. So stock number 4 that I bought last week would be Goldman Sachs. So banks benefit from higher interest rate environments, and we already have mortgage rates at over 5% in some cases. And what is your, local bank paying you for your savings? The average savings rate is still under 1%, and if you don't think the banks will pay virtually nothing regardless of what the Fed does, you're probably very mistaken, my friend. This is not the 1980s, the last time we had high inflation and the Fed jacked up rates. I mean, back then, older folks kept a huge chunk of their wealth in banks and CDs and money market accounts, and they demanded higher rates. And that dynamic has shifted significantly in the past 40 years since then, so banks are not under the same pressure to have high savings rates. That basically means their margins are going to be even fatter than they should in this high interest rate environment. But we are in an irrational market, so once again, Wall Street saw it fit to beat a great bank set to benefit from rising rates into oblivion, so I happily bought the new 52-week lows. And ditto for JP Morgan too, I bought more of them as well. And finally, we have stock number 5, and this stock has actually not been discussed a lot on this channel in a long time, and it actually has held up incredibly despite being a popular retail name. My last buy before last week was last year, and it has held up well from those buy points, but it finally gave back those gains, so I was forced to add more of Airbnb stock. This stock has fallen like everyone else finally, but man did they have a great earnings call this time around, and the CEO was very aggressive with where he sees the future going, not only the short term, but the long term. And he has been quoted as saying they're stepping on the gas when everyone else is basically bracing for the worst and getting defensive. And the numbers are backing it up. Bookings have already surpassed pre-pandemic levels, and we aren't even through the summer yet. So what do you get with great earnings, great guidance, and record numbers? Well, Wall Street beats you down well below 52-week lows. And actually in this case, below all-time lows. I was able to buy this stock cheaper than it has ever been on the back of one of their best earnings calls ever. And I will continue to add if Wall Street wants to stay stupid. And if you want to see buys like these in real time, see my price targets, and learn how to create price targets, a plan, and learn how to do due diligence, don't forget the sale is actually ending for real this time on June 1st for you to join, and you get to keep that price forever as long as you stay a member, so don't miss out. And click this video here for even more stocks that I'm buying. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.